Ah, so that's a new video.
Alright.
So we can complete, I'll make it part 1 and part 2.
Alright.
Part 2 is going to be very short, because we're not done yet.
County Commissioner District 2. This is one I'm actually personally involved in.
Okay.
Of course, I got in a little trouble for this, for wearing my Chris Long shirt on the air once.
Oh, I remember
I'm a big
that.
supporter of Chris Long.
Okay.
I think he's a good friend of mine. And I know a lot of our watchers are very good friends of Bob Cole, and I imagine he's a good man. But he's been in there for years, hasn't really done anything. You know, I think he's just.
So you got.
Yeah.
Sammy Joe Brown and Wallace Moat.
He has a couple people primarying him. There isn't a Democrat, and Chris is running as a non-party affiliate.
So I don't see Chris on the ballot.
Yeah, because there's no one running against him, so he's going straight to the general.
Oh, okay. So these aren't partisan. These are partisan.
Yes.
So they're still going to the general, but in the one we talked about before, the Dave Beach one, there's nobody.
So there weren't primaries for that. So it's just a real tricky thing.
So there's no Democrat running for commission for District 4, but you're saying there is for District 2.
Well, he's not a Democrat, he's a non-party affiliate.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But he'll be on the ballot for the generals. Otherwise, whoever won this would have won it. Okay, I kind of like Bob Cole. I met him. I don't know the other two candidates as well. I looked at their website. And, you know, people talk about term limits all the time. If someone's doing a good job, I don't mind them continuing to do a good job. So I like Bob for this one. Because I checked out the others' websites and I thought, okay, well, it's interesting, but, you know, I didn't see enough of a difference to kick Bob out. How long has he been there?
16 years.
Okay. And you want to see someone new just because you want to see someone new?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And, well, of course, I'm not someone to just say, oh, we need any new person. Chris Long is a good friend of mine, and he's just one of the greatest men I've ever met. He's fully funding his own campaign, and he's working hard every day, Monday through Thursday, because he doesn't really have any financial backers. Barely.
Can he come on our show?
I'd love to have him on the show. He told me he wants to come on.
Okay.
And I think he's kind of our own Drew Buchanan. And it's
I'm not familiar with Drew Buchanan. I'd like to get him on the show too.
Me too.
He's running for mayor of Pensacola, right?
Yeah, he's also shown interest.
Now, he's the one who discovered the recycling problem,
Yes.
wasn't it? Or was he the one that really pushed it to get a resolution on it?
Both.
Okay. So if you're not familiar, Pensacola had a recycling problem where the former city manager, I believe, made the ridiculously stupid decision to take what everybody thought was being recycled and then just ship it off to a dump. And this went on for like 6 or 7 months, and finally some folks discovered. What if that was Teresa Hill?
I think it was.
Okay, now Teresa Hill, we want to get on the show also. She's a friend of mine. She's an advocate. She's like Larry Downs Jr. They're two people. They're Escambia County watching. Larry Downs Jr. watches the City Council and the County Commissioners. Teresa Hill is really big on the environment and on saving the historic homes. And so I think it was Teresa who discovered, I'm going to send this video to her, discovered that the recycling was not going to be recycled. And it wasn't so much a cost issue. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
Because I think it was more expensive to dump the stuff. But they said, well, we had some vendor in China we had to send it to, or with some ridiculously bogus reason. Okay, so Pensacola's recycling is now being recycled, and Drew Buchanan discovered it. What did Drew do about that? Do you remember?
I don't remember what he did, but I know
he solved it. He solved it. Okay, that's good. All right.
But anyway, back on Chris. So yeah,
we do digress, don't we?
We do. He's our he's our guy going up against the good old boy system. Cole is the exact definition of the good old boy system. People on all sides have told me that. I mean, I know some staunch conservatives who are going for Chris because they don't think Cole's done much good.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to interview him, and I'll take a new perspective on it. He's not on the ballot this time, but I will definitely give him serious consideration.
But well, first of all, when he's not working, he's working with kids. He loves children, does a lot of.
What, should we canonize him for safe?
No, I'm saying.
I'm teasing you.
Policy-wise and personally, I think he's the best.
Okay.
And to give you an idea of the kind of person he is, I tried to do a campaign thing with him on a Sunday once. He said, "Can't do it. I'm gonna be in church all day."
Oh.
So on policy issues.
But everybody here is in church all day except us. I have problems in church.
I haven't been in many years.
No, I fall asleep. I get bored.
Yeah.
I can't. We need action. We're action people.
We are.
Okay? This is why the dialogue never stops. This is why we both talk fast, because we need the action.
So policy-wise, Chris is a real tech-savvy guy.
Okay.
And, of course, like I said, he spent years working with kids and everything.
We're going to hear about that. Everybody's going to hate my church comment.
So a lot of his plans are, he wants to bring jobs to the area. He wants to make us more tech savvy. He wants to work with churches and organizations like that to provide more for the kids to do to keep them off the streets.
Yeah.
And
what about Milton downtown? We haven't really talked about that as far as the candidates go. That's one of my most important issues. For those of you who are listening out of the area, Milton is this absolutely gorgeous historic town. We're in Milton right now. We're on the waterfront. We're under the Gazebo, and you can see the boats going behind us. It's got a river right through it. It's got a nice bridge. It's got these wonderful old buildings from the 1800s, and a lot of the buildings are unoccupied. And a lot of folks, city council folks like Jeff Snow and some of the other people are really trying. Main Street Milton, I know Cassandra Sharp's involved with that a lot. Ed Spears, there's some really cool people that are trying to advance downtown Milton. And so what we don't want is to have the wider freeways so people drive through. It's going to ruin the character of the town. So one of the issues that doesn't get as much play, I don't think, is, and this could go for any place, anytime you have a store. I grew up in Lexington, Massachusetts, okay? They preserved the Battle Green. They didn't widen the road around it to get more traffic. We got cicadas here if you hear those bugs in the background. We're in Florida. What do you want? Okay. But there are a lot of places that found that when they narrowed their roads, they actually got more traffic. When they Fisherman's Wharf, I'll give you an example. When I was a tour guide there, they took a 3-lane road in one direction, which actually had traffic moving fairly efficiently down the wharf. They made it a 2-lane road in 2 directions. So you went from 3 lanes to 1 lane. Wow. But it actually worked because people went other places. They didn't drive down that road, and they widened the sidewalks, so the foot traffic was incredibly increased, and it worked out very well. So my proposal for Milton, and I don't think anybody's really talked about this, is to do the same thing. There's a 2-lane road called Willing Street that runs perpendicular to Route 90, which is the one we want to keep 2 lanes. So Willing Street has some of our favorite places: Boomerang Pizza, Scoops Ice Cream, and they need more. We need like an Italian restaurant with the bottle with the the candle that kind of drips down the bottle, overlooking the waterfront. That's what we need. We got the balconies right behind us, so that you can see what we're talking about. But anyway, somebody's screaming on the river. Should we let people listen? Sure. I don't know if you can hear the screaming. But where else can you have a town that has a beautiful river, which goes to the Delta, which goes to the Gulf of Mexico?
I think if elected, Chris is going to be the best friend downtown Milton could possibly have.
Which is where I was ultimately heading. Okay, so do you think what do we do about this?
He's a Milton boy, born and raised.
Okay.
And a lot of his ideas, although he does want to take care of the whole county, are kind of Milton-oriented. This is his stomping ground.
Well, Milton's the capital. Yeah. It's the big city in Santa Rosa County.
Yeah, I mean, this is his stomping ground. You won't find someone who loves the city more than him. Okay. Has more roots in the city. Okay. So yeah, I think he'd do a lot for downtown Milton. Okay.
Because we need the businesses. In fact, if you're a business person, let's put in a shameless plug for downtown Milton. If you're a business person wanting to move to Northwest Florida, this is the town. Okay, and especially if you have any kind of fun business like a crazy hat shop, or you have a gourmet restaurant from some nationality nobody's ever heard of. Bring it here because it is a great place. It's a great town.
We love it.
And it's going to be this waterfront is going to have lamp posts on it. Well, I think it does now. But we've got this beautiful waterfront. And just all these really cool things. One day, I'll make like a moving video at some point, but just of Milton, and we'll put it on our. In fact, I think this has already been made of Milton. Yeah. I'll put some of this so you can see what we're talking about. But it's this diamond in the rough, and it's going to change. It's changing rapidly now. There are business places available right now. Yeah. In downtown Milton, Florida. You've got the river, the roads access, you got everything else. It's close enough to Pensacola to get there to the big city, far enough away to get away. Yes. So it's perfect.
I mean, Milton, it's really interesting because it's almost like we're right in the middle of it. Yeah. But Milton, since World War II, this used to be a real vibrant area. Okay. Since World War II, I've heard Mayor Meese talk about this before. We've just been on the downward spiral. Oh yeah, we got him to commit.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, people like Mayor Meese, Chris Long, I think these are people who are making Milton grow again and go back to what it used to be, except even better. It's interesting that you and I are kind of right here in the middle of it.
We are. Mm-hmm. And because Donny and I don't agree on a lot, which makes it so much fun, actually. But what we do agree on is downtown Milton.
Yes.
Now, so what's interesting from a liberal and a conservative perspective, so from my perspective, the conservatives want to conserve. Okay? So we want to conserve the history. We want to allow for a decent business climate. But, speaking of regulation, we don't want these buildings torn down just to make $1. Okay? Yeah. So that's where a conservative would want to conserve but still advance the area. So from your perspective, how does it work?
I think this is one of the things where we're almost 100% together on.
Okay. All right. But you don't want, for a preservation angle, because you don't hear, well, actually, I don't think that maybe this is just not a political issue. But it is for some people, because they want the big freeway, because they want to be able to drive through more easily. But that's more selfish, I see that.
Exactly.
There's a place called East Milton, which is on the other side of the river behind us here. And the folks that maybe work in Pensacola want to just race through Milton. They see this as a drive-through place. That we don't want to make it a drive-through place. I want speed bumps and truck restrictions and weight limits and everything else. This is a place you come to, not drive through. In fact, I want that as a bumper sticker. Come to, don't drive through.
You got a beautiful town here. We couldn't have asked for more support for the show.
Oh yeah.
I want to do everything I can to help this town out.
We had a council member here just a minute ago, actually a little while, saying, go great, Donny show. So that was kind of cool. That was pretty cool. Do we have anything more? I think we're probably, I know on the school board race, Roderick Gracie and Linda Sanborn. I happen to know, I don't know Linda personally, but I know, what's his name? Sanborn, husband.
Oh.
Him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Sanborn.
Yeah.
I forgot your name first name for a second, but big in the town, and it had a little bit of controversy of his own, so I liked her for that. Kenny Long, Carol Boston for school board. I don't know them at all. Scott Peden and Way Ubershire. I voted for Way simply because I met her.
I did too.
And we were the same candidate hearing. She was there at the candidate hearing. Was really impressed. Knew her stuff about schools, and so I voted for her. I think we have covered the ballot.
We did.
We did. Okay. So now here's where it gets fun. Yes. We are going to be tonight at the Twisted and Corny, which is we got to ask where that name come from.
Yeah,
came from too. They're going to be behind the Casks and Flights liquor tasting place. They make their own mead, which is kind of cool. So in the back parking lot, but they don't have a place for food. They didn't want to do food. They just want to do the drinks. So in order to get the food, they have food trucks come behind them. We're going to be there tonight. 5:30 our first interview, and then at 5:45. 5:45 we'll be there tonight, and then at 6:30 we got a little food show. So we're gonna try all their wares, and we're gonna talk about food trucks and small businesses and how it all works, and we're gonna see how to make a twisted potato, and it's gonna be fun. If you want us at your event, if you want us at your business, if you want to sponsor the Greg and Donny News Show and help us keep these videos and YouTubes coming to you, just drop us a note at the Greg and Donny News Show Facebook page. We'll pick it up, we'll talk to you, and we'll see what we can do, because we were looking for sponsors. We need subscribers to our YouTube channel so we can live stream on YouTube, and we need to just keep going because this is too much fun, and hopefully it's informing you, and we have the time to actually talk about the issues.
And the Greg and Donny News Show supports small businesses.
We do support small businesses, absolutely. I did it on my show when I was on WBY, and I'm going to continue to do it here. I believe in small business, and I'm going to do everything I can. So I am your moderate conservative, if there is such a... No, I'm not. I'm strong conservative, former talk show host, hoping to get back. Greg Penglis, and my partner here is the infamous...
Yep, I'm Donny T. West. I didn't think of a new one to say, but as I said earlier, tonight, I'm coming for your Confederate monuments.
We got to talk about that.
We got to talk about it.
So this is the Greg and Donny News Show. We'll be back later on this evening. Thank you for watching. All right.